We discussed Papoose and Claressa Shields' appearance on the Tamron Hall program yesterday, when they discussed how they first met and how Claressa entered his direct messages. This image of Eazy, the block captain, and Remy Ma being jeered recently surfaced. Special thanks to NAG. TVI was unable to locate the source of the image. I even conducted a Google search and reverse. Please let me know if you have any information on the location or context of this image. However, I assume that it is a recent image. Well, but they're being jeered. Here are a few of the remarks. They're not concealed like Pap, someone said. Funny Pap improved. And he and Claressa appear to get along well. Someone said that he was dressed like Bob Womack in Pep's attire cook. Sam, isn't he still married as everyone seems to be discussing? Although she reminds me of a hood booger clown, I used to like Remy. Where are they still married people at? Asked another. It must only apply when a man goes on. I suppose. He doesn't look like Pap and Remy, who have been parading him about the streets like Pap and Claressa. He has a Papoose-like form. According to someone, she received Papoose in 2 form. It was mentioned that Claressa stated they will be having a kid the following year. What are you guys doing, Remy? I'm keeping score, Elmio. Now, who picked this MySpace throwback? Someone said, inform Eazy that Papoose instructed him to lift his face off the ground, looking like the Timu. Papoose and Claressa, someone said. She's married, Isn't that what you guys say? Maintain the same energy, someone remarked. Yes. He is out there with a married lady. There's no way I'd be going around with the former Mrs. Papoose wearing a peacoat, someone commented. Who gives a damn what it really means? Someone remarks, so. I guess y'all are not going to act like Remy is not married in this picture? She will keep her away from an off-brand rapper. Someone claims, oh no, wait, isn't she still married to Papa Pool? Someone said. Where are you all? Unquestionably a downgrade. Pap is skilled at leveling up. Shake mad, someone said. She remains married. They have a strong desire to be Claressa and Papoose. She is still married. According to someone, y'all snapping? After reading these remarks, Remy Ma must be furious. Okay, you all heard it. Then, as previously mentioned, Claressa and her Papoose were on the Tamron Hall program.
Cool Stevenson fight.
Yeah.
And then
you shook her hand and said you were a fan.
Yeah, I happened to be walking to my seat and I looked.
happened to be.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, is that Claressa Shields? I've always been a fan of her.
Yeah, I got a video he sent me back in 2000 and was it 20 or something?
So he's been a fan. You get your moment to say I'm a fan.
I see her, and when I went to shake her hand, I realized how beautiful she was. I was like,
Thank you.
You know.
And so, never to be shy, as the rumor I heard, you then slipped into the DMs and offered him VIP tickets to the fight.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, you know what?
She did.
No, so it was like he's a fan of boxing, and why not come and see the greatest fight? Yeah. But I did recognize like right away. I'm like, that's a good-looking man. So I thought to myself, I said, hey. You gotta be blind and I say he a good looking man. That's all I'm saying. So when I sit in there, it was like, but I didn't even know that I liked him until like, probably about 2 weeks. We was texting back and forth.
Yeah, we was texting back and forth for the longest.
Well, I love this part. You were texting, but then you sent each other poems.
Yes.
I don't have them on, but yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We started at some point.
Because I rap too.
I found out that she does poetry.
You do.
My rapping started off as poetry when I was back in school. I used to write it, but he didn't believe me, but he told me the same thing with him. So he sent me a poem, and then I sent him one back, and then we kind of did one. Like we did one together, we did one separate. We got a few different poems, yeah.
Are you going to turn these poems into a book or a song?
We should. She's really good.
Okay, you all heard it then. I thus wish to discuss the Charlie Kirk matter in its entirety. Recall that we revealed that Claressa Shields had commented that we shouldn't rejoice over Charlie Kirk's death. I also concur that we shouldn't commemorate it. But a lot of information has surfaced. The unfortunate thing about this situation is that, now that we know who the unaliver was, it appears that he was a member of a far, far right-wing Republican family. We won't go into great detail about it, but it seems like Nick Fuentes is even now coming out and criticizing his fans.
This is a very delicate situation. This is a very delicate situation. I fear that this has set off a chain reaction. I pray to God there is no further violence. I pray to God that nobody else is hurt as a result of this. I hope that it stops here. It should stop here. To all of my followers, if you take up arms, I disavow you, I disown you in the strongest possible terms. That is not what we are about. And the same goes obviously for the other side. And I want to make that very clear. It would be a profound, moral, political mistake for anybody to take the bait and to engage in any kind of reprisal, retaliation, revenge. Remember, we are the good side.
Okay, so you all heard that. All of this follows, gave a somewhat unsettling speech to the country. She seemed to be escalating the matter even more. I'm going to show you guys what she had to say, even though it nearly felt like a threat. Okay, so you've all heard that. I simply felt a bit sorry for the wife and children. But now they all seem like insane right-winged individuals as far as I can tell. In any case, I don't think he needed to be unaltered in front of his loved ones. However, the entire thing is insane. Let the white folks handle the conflict on their own. The Republican right-wingers, it turns out that the Unaliver was simply upset because Charlie Kirk wasn't sufficiently right. They seem to be requesting the Epstein files. And you guys, it's just a huge disaster. You must go down that rabbit hole. In any case, I want to discuss Drea in my last piece. As you are all aware, Dre is seeing a 22-year-old basketball player named Jalen Green. They got into a fight last night, and people are upset with Drea for touching him. Basically, because he's a young guy and everything, it just doesn't look nice, I will now demonstrate this to you all. You guys notice that, Dre? You seem like you've grown up. If you don't go, I just can't tolerate her. Keep your hands off that dude. Simply put, I dislike it when a guy or woman touches someone else and then seems like he's leaving. It makes me think of the Sha'Carri Richardson scene, where the man is leaving, she is consistently following him and other things. For example, do you possess some emotional intelligence? For example, how come he is so much younger than you? He has the emotional intelligence to go. And he is the same age as your kid. You're pursuing him. She was obviously intoxicated. I suppose it was 2 a.m. outside of New York Fashion Week. Furthermore, that is just not a justification. Keep your hands to yourself, please. However, Some women just lack the emotional intelligence necessary to interact with guys their own age. Are you saying that you would want to come groom and touch this little boy? That bothers me. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the matter as a whole? What are your thoughts on the interview between Papoose and Claressa Shields? What are your thoughts on the recent picture of Remy being jeered by Eazy to block Captain Still? What are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk's wife, the entire Charlie Kirk affair, and that bizarre message? In any case, there was a gathering in Huntington Beach where some individuals were attempting to stir up trouble by claiming that they were opposing the responsible parties. I said, you guys are accountable, therefore. Quit pretending that it was the black community, the left, or anything like that. Go away from us. Fight among yourselves and keep us out of it. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this, guys? Please leave a comment below, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Empress Radio videos. Okay, goodbye.